Sasi Pukin Juxin Metop Tram Rira Blingshin Yende Gempadi Sangye Shingdu Mikte Uwargi Rokun Namdak Shingla Chuparsho Idam Guru Ratna Mandalakam Niryatayami Sangye Chudam Soki Choknam La Jamchu Bardu Dagni Kyapsuchi Daki Chunyen Gipe Sunam Ki Yola Benchir Sangye Druparsho Sangye Chudam Soki Choknam La Jamchu Bardu Dagni Kyapsuchi Daki Chunyen Gipe Sunam Ki Dola Benchir Sangye Druparsho Sangye Chudam Soki Choknam La Jamchu Bardu Dagni Kyapsuchi Daki Chunyen Gipe Sunam Ki Dola Benchir Sangye Druparsho.
Okay, we already did part of this one. Chuki Danzin Dangzin Yimba Ta. Okay, so the tendency to think that things are themselves, okay, must be a form of thinking that things are themselves, because you can divide believing in the self-nature into the two. Believing in the self-nature of things and believing in the self-nature of people is correct. And then we say, then they say, that's correct because there's two kinds of lack of a self. The lack of a self to things and the lack of a self to people. And we say makyap, which means in this school we don't really believe in the two.
Oh, the self-nature of people. The lack of a
No, we don't believe that holding to a self-nature of things is a form of holding to self-nature. Okay? All right. So we agree to this division. We agree there's two kinds of no self-nature, things and people. But we don't agree that because of that, there's two kinds of beliefs in a self-nature. It's too early, right?
That's right.
We agree there's two kinds of no self-nature, people and things, but we don't agree that there's two kinds of tendency to hold to that self-nature.
That's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Is it just that we don't believe there's two kinds of tendency, or that they don't both act as the first link?
It could be that, but it's more probably that in some schools there's this. They don't believe that holding to a self-nature of things is holding to a self-nature. They say it has to be towards people. Okay, and in this school, don't forget you have dogma Tarnaksum. What's
The
that?
subtle form and the obvious form. And the
No, three degrees of emptiness. And it probably has to do with that. Okay, so here we go. Now this part's easy, you know. We agree with the reason, you know. You can divide no self-nature into two, right? That's where he's going to go here. Madhurna Detta, Chukidamena, if something is the lack of a self to things, it is a kind of lack of a self. We agree to that. And if something is a lack of a self to people, it is a kind of lack of a self. We agree to that. It's about the holding that we disagree. And then that's the end of the argument. Okay, hopefully he'll go more into it. But basically, it's this question of the lack of a self-nature. there's actually four. Okay, subtle,
Right.
obvious lack of a self nature to people. Not so obvious lack of a self nature. Subtle lack of a self nature to people. Obvious lack of a self nature to things, and subtle lack of a self nature to things. And in this school, this one doesn't even count. And then these three are called the 3 degrees of emptiness. And this one is called emptiness.
The first one.
Yeah,
Obvious.
subtle lack of
Oh,
a self to things.
Oh,
Alright, the last.
I think. Okay, if I remember correctly. Okay, here we go.
That's
Kachignare. Please read,
Kachiknare,
because your reading is so good.
Jikta Lenkeyina, Samjung Mong Pa Yin Pe Chap Patao.
Tao. He went. This is second tone. It's Chinese second tone. Tao. Yina.
Deyna, Marik Pa Yin Pe Chap Pa Kangsik. Kut Ki Marik Pe Senyit Tet Pechir.
Nice. Okay. Kachignare. Somebody says, Jita Yina. What? If something is
unlearned.
Is
the inborn
inborn
destruction view,
view.
then it must be this is Stanley's word, samchung, mental function, as opposed to mind. It must be the mental function of momba, like
Dark.
confusion or
Confused.
darkness, mental darkness, maybe confusion. Kyata must be
Must be.
because Teyana, if something is the innate form of destruction, it must be misunderstanding. And
Oh, she.
okay, 2 parts to its reason, split reason. And your definition of misunderstanding is correct. So in our definition, in the Rang Luk, in our presentation, we use the word momba for misunderstanding.
Oh.
Okay. If you want to go see that, I don't know. Like I like to mark where I am, and then I'll search for momba. These are all serna. I'm skipping the sernas. Okay.
Tseni.
Uh,
Can I get a tseni?
Come on, I know you're in there. Wow, there's a lot of Mumbai. Here we go. Okay, this was our definition. This was Rang Luk, right? This was our system. And we said, we defined it as the mental function of Momba.
Oh, she did.
Okay, so we can't complain. On that, he's correct. Okay. Because it's your definition. Tumble, please read this line.
Don't bother tao.
Good. Be careful with the DBYE. I'm warning you ahead of time.
DBY. Oh, yeah. Marik pala yena.
Good.
Jikta leng ke dang. Kangsak ki dang zin ni ki yena tet pechir.
Okay, so the first of the split reason was if something is the innate form of destruction view, it must be a kind of misunderstanding. And then he said, prove it. Yeah, it is, because if you divide misunderstanding, you can get the innate form of destruction view and the tendency to hold to the self-nature of people. I'm not sure that's correct, but anyway, he says tapeture. That's correct. That division is correct. If you agree, and now we have our famous guest.
He can go.
Khi ken
Yeah, please read.
Đứa nào khi ken gao gao ý
Wo,
gửi ố gao
wo.
yuki jikta lên ke chư trần
Good.
đứa thao đế chìa.
Okay. If you agree, what's Kikin Gyao?
The old dog with
An old mangy dog. Mangy means like the fur is not good, it's old and there's pieces
Mangy.
missing. Okay? So, Dina considered the inborn destruction view in the mind
of
of a mangy old dog. The Tao, this division is correct, I guess, because it is, because your definition is correct, I guess. Let's see. Then, if you agree, I'm sorry, let's make it more precise here.
Yeah, Tombo there.
this is the one.
Is this the first Dartel? Is it Tombo because it's to this first part of the split reason?
Let me see. Dumbo that, oh, maybe it's Duna back here. If you agree that every kind of inborn destruction view has to be the mental function of confusion, okay? Then let's take this old dog's inborn destruction view. Are you telling me it's the mental function of confusion? Why? Well, because it is one of the kinds of inborn destruction view, okay?
Seems okay.
Then if we say Dhamma Drup, if we say you're right, it is a kind of confusion, we agree. Then that dog's inborn destruction view is not the mental function of confusion because it's a kind of wisdom.
Man, what?
And this gets into, I don't know if you remember the Abhidharma mental function presentation. Is a shirab one of the Semki Sammang?
No.
Semki Sammang.
No, it's not.
But in the Semki Sammang, Lodru was defined as shirab.
Right. It was a kind of shit out or something. Right?
No, it's shirab.
Oh, that's right.
So shirab doesn't have to mean wisdom. It can mean the ability to think clearly, or the ability to think, the ability to reason. In a general presentation, which is the challenge in Stanley's text, is you have to find a word that can cover all kinds of intellect. Remember we made a big deal about intellect instead of intelligence? You know, it just means the ability to think. And sometimes that ability is defective. Okay? But it's still the ability to think. So that's where he's going here. Okay? It's not a kind of confusion, because it's wisdom. Then we say, Dhammadhura, it's not wisdom. The old dog's destruction view is not wisdom. What's the old dog's destruction view? Is the old dog's feeling that the old dog exists from his own side, or his paw exists from its own side, me or mine. Okay, Dad Tao, please read.
Đợt tháo sẽรับnhún mong chen yin pe chir namakyak.
Yeah, we call Sherab Nyomong Chen messed up intellect. Okay.
Is it usually a Modra in your Monchin?
They usually say Lodru when they say the Sengi Saman, and they say Sherab Nyomong Chen. They don't usually say Lodru Nyomong Chen. I don't recall seeing that very often. Okay.
No, no.
All right. So just because an old dog's misunderstanding is a form of messed up intellect doesn't mean it's wisdom. Okay? Makyat means we agree. We agree it's a form of defective shiram. But that doesn't mean it was shiram. Okay? Because this shiram implies understanding. And this shiram means intellect. Okay? Alright? Got it? You okay?
Okay.
Just nod. So it's a translation challenge. Because somehow these two words have to be the same.
But
I
they mean
see.
something different.
Good luck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Shinten can help you. Madrugna, if you disagree that... Yeah, if you disagree that an old dog's jikta thinking, innate destruction view, is a kind of messed up wisdom, shiram nyomongchen, okay? If you disagree, Derta, it is too, because the commentary to the Avatara, when we don't know which Avatara,
Probably Majjhimika.
yeah, it's,
Good.
well, I actually found it for you.
Uh-huh.
Because the Avatara says, Dita bin number shiram nyomongchen, it has the expression, the defective intellect, which is engaged in that way, or that kind of defective intellect which is engaging. Okay. Quote. Okay.
Is it funny at all to see Chandrakirti quoted in a Svatantrika text?
That's a good question. It is funny. Okay.
Is it because he?
But don't forget, Kartik can be any weird person. Okay. When you say Kartik, somebody comes and says, you can mess up, you can mix anybody. There's always some fool say something. So we have great latitude when we talk about Kartik.
Okay.
They can be almost anybody.
Be hired.
You know, they can be a fisherman from Brazil or something. You know.
Suppose some fool comes along.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the auto. It's the auto commentary. It's not just a commentary. Okay. It's not a commentary to the Avatar. It's the commentary to the Avatar. The auto commentary by Chandakirti.
So then maybe it's uniquely appropriate to have the main critic of the Svatantrika school
Quoted by the Ranguk.
by the Kachi.
Be the kanji.
Then he kind of gives a definition of destruction view. He kind of gives a definition of destruction view. So please read.
De la chik sok la tha la tao
Tawa.
tawan ni ngadang nge nyam pade tao bui nam par shukpa sharap nyunmong pa chenno.
Okay, so this is his either definition or description of what is the destruction view, and he gives the long form of it. He doesn't call it jikta. He calls it jiktsok na tawa, which is the whole form. The view of the destruction assemblage or something, destruction package. Okay. And then he says, he describes it as it's a kind of intellect
Mess up.
which is, defective or something. Defective intellect, which is engaged in thinking, okay, about me or mine. Me or mine, okay?
Me or my
And Nyamba, it's thinking in this way, me or mine, okay? It's a defective intellect which is engaged in thinking about me or mine, okay? So you can footnote there. Sometimes I'm lazy and I don't I did capture the page number for you, so you got it, okay. Shenyang, please read.
Sen yang nhóm dục nhân mong chán chưa chân nhóm dục yên phát thảo
Yamjo, you're gonna go up or down? Give me, be brave, be brave.
going up, I think.
It's a counterexample from
So should we go down?
yeah. Are you telling me it's
Impata.
Nyomjuk Yimbata? Be bread Yimbata.
Nyumjuk impata.
Yeah, good.
Nyumjuk nyun mong chen yin pei chie.
Yimbe.
Yin pei chie. Kyap pak ke.
Okay. Okay. Then he takes a counterexample. He says, just because something is shirim doesn't mean it's shirim. Okay. So defective shirim, I personally I wouldn't call shirim. And I'll give an example. Defective nyomjuk, we don't call nyomjuk.
Oh.
What's nyomjuk?
It's a certain meditation. The meditation.
A constant focus. It's you can translate it as balanced meditation. What's it balanced between?
Agitation and dominance.
Yeah, good. It's the balance between the elephant and the monkey. Samapati. So we call, nyom means balance, and it's like a bicycle. Like you haven't fallen this way, you haven't gotten sleepy, and you haven't gotten agitated.
So Nyumjuk is like samapati.
Yeah, samapati. Let's take defective forms of balanced meditation. Are you telling me they are balanced meditation? Why? Well, because defective forms of wisdom are wisdom, according to you. Yes. It's a parallel argument.
Yeah.
We call. Do you know how do you say parallel argument in Tibetan?
Oh.
Ripa Gotsum.
Ripa.
Ripa Gotsum. It's a debate device. Ripa Gotsum. Equal logic.
So
If
like,
defective wisdom is wisdom, then defective meditation is meditation.
SGO? Salga?
Oh, I was afraid you were going to ask me that. I think it's SGO.
so like method.
Tsun. Like equal.
Oh, Tsun.
Tsun. MTSUNGS. Mao Tsa not. Mao Tsa Shikitsu not.
In agreement.
Well, we have the famous Tsun we have is Stanley's Tsun.
All the 5
Tsun Den Na.
NT.
5 kinds of link. 5 ways in which the mind and the mental function are linked. Equal. Okay. Anyway, okay. Kabake. You accepted this kind of necessity.
Right. Yeah.
Even if it's a defective blank, it's still a real blank.
Mm-hmm.
You accepted this kind of argument. Okay, Kabake. You're the one who accepted it. Then if you agree, yeah, if you agree, I looked ahead, I cheated.
Good. Thank you.
It's just easier, because he couldn't agree to anything. I'm teaching you to look ahead. If you agree that defective meditation is meditation, then gewa yimbar. Ta.
Down.
Are you telling me it's a good karma? Okay, defective meditation. Okay, are you telling me it's a good karma? Well, why do you say that? Well, because you said it was a meditation. You said it was balanced meditation. Dharma do. Okay, well, dubeche means not necessarily so. Just because it's meditation doesn't mean it's a good karma. Well, kyapte, of course it does. Of course it's true that if it's a meditation, good karma yimbe kyap, it must be a good karma, gewa. Well, why? Now he uses lungi drupche.
Kosha says.
The kosha says, Abhidhamma kosha. The kosha, Stanley's text says, defines nyomjuk as gewa tse chikpa. What's that mean?
It's the same substance as virtue.
No.
Oh, it's one.
Love.
Oh.
Those people that were downstairs should know this because it's a synonym for nyomjuk. Samapati. We had like 5 Sanskrit synonyms.
Yeah.
But that was a long time ago.
Okay, let's see.
Like 2 days ago. No, it was more than 2 days ago. Ekagra.
Single.
Yeah.
Single.
Okay.
That in-
The Abhidharma
Sure.
defines balanced meditation, samapati, as single-pointed good karma. Gewatse chikpa, single-pointed good karma.
Interesting.
Okay, single-pointed virtue. Okay. Therefore, if something is meditation, it's virtue. Right. So are all kinds of meditation virtue? Yes. Is defective meditation meditation? Yes. So defective meditation must be single-pointed virtue, right? No. Yeah. Kosha said so. Okay. So you can't agree that defective meditation is meditation. Because if it was meditation, it would fit this definition. Okay. And therefore, defective wisdom is not wisdom. Okay. Okay, you all right?
And he's going to try to agree.
2 minutes.
No.
Now, this is a big deal.
Yeah.
This is a big deal.
Yeah.
You can't agree that defective meditation is single-pointed virtue or virtue, good karma,
Yeah.
because it's nyomun chen.
You know, Karma.
Yeah. Now, there's a big difference between nyomun and nyomun chen.
Yeah, right.
Okay, klesha and kleshish. Klesha-yi. Okay, so nyomun means, this table is nyomun, I wouldn't say that. Anyway, nyomun chen means involved with negative emotions. It may not mean negative emotions, but it can mean tied up with negative emotions. So when you're, this is something I had to struggle with when I was 20 years old and I'm trying to translate Abhidhamma Kosha. Why is this nyomung and nyomung chen? What's the difference? Chen means to possess. For example, a human being or a living being in Buddhism is called semchen, mind haver.
Oh, mind have. Oh,
Yeah, a person who has a mind.
Okay.
A being who has a mind is the word in Buddhism for a living being. So this chen means possessing, who has. So he noticed that he didn't say nyomong yin. He said nyomong chen yin. It's klesha yi. It's negative emotion-ish. Okay, now how are you going to translate that? Good luck. But you can say it's involved with the mental afflictions or with the negative emotions. Okay.
And so he's saying Gewa can't be Nyomung Chen.
Yeah, good. That's a big point here.
Yeah.
Good karma can't be mixed up, cannot be mixed up with negative emotions.
Wow, that's a bummer.
Yeah. That's kind of. Then you can't have.
This is a profound kyaba.
Yeah.
If it's true, it's pretty bad news. Okay. Now I'd like to give Sugang a hand because
Yeah, you finished with the first.
he's on to the second link.
Yen Lang Yin
Look here.
Half point mark.
Now you see, every presentation of the 12 links, the first link is about half.
You're halfway through.
So when you finish we have the English here, so
Mix.
we're not really halfway through, but
Not yet.
but to get through the first link is then you're over the rest is downhill. You're just skiing downhill. It's misunderstanding, which is a difficult subject, and the rest is like a no-brainer. Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, there's probably going to be a few difficult points, but mainly it's trying to understand misunderstanding, which is difficult. Trying not to misunderstand misunderstanding is the difficult part. Okay, so anyway, congratulations. You reached Potter. Harry Potter. Okay.
You like Harry Potter?
I mean, the character.
Okay, go.
Yan laki pa duce kile shepala. Kak sak pang sun le dang pola.
Okay. Yinla Nipa?
Yan the second link.
Good. Dujeki Le. We can call it fresh karma.
First come.
It's the watermelon seed in the first day that you put it. And then after that, it's not Dujeki Le anymore. Okay. Fresh karma. I wouldn't translate it Duce because, for example, there are 2 of the 12 links are karma. Number 2 and number 10. They're both duche. So you can't really translate this as duche kile, okay? Which is a factor. I mean, all 12 links are a factor. So you gotta use the definition, which is gonna be fresh.
Fresh.
Yeah, fresh karma, first planted. And if you translate it as sanskar or whatever, I've seen a lot of people say compositional factors.
Yeah.
If you want the reader to quit, then put compositional factors, and they will close the book and they will pick up a newspaper. You know, okay. Fresh karma is so much easier. Okay, Shepala, we're going to explain it in 3 parts.
Shock bomb soon.
Come on. Shenluk,
Shenlu kakpa.
Kakpa,
Rangluk
Rangluk, Shaka, Supa, Bamba. It's usually Boma.
Bom.
Okay. We're gonna to block the other guy of view. We're gonna disprove his ideas, refute. We're gonna shock means we're gonna set forth our idea, second section, and then we're gonna deny any refutation. He's gonna rebuttal's good. Yeah, we're gonna deny any rebuttal. Mean he come back and complains about us. Okay, so it's kind of, I like it, it's very democratic. We attack him, we give our system, then he gets a chance to come back and attack us. This is like Buddhist pedagogical system, educational system. Okay, it's cool. It's a good system. Which one of these would an American textbook have?
Just the shock.
Yeah, just the shock. They just tell you what's correct, and they don't make you think about it. You see, here, first they tell you what's wrong, and it's slightly wrong, and you have to learn to say, "Oh, that's not quite right." And then by the end of the first section, you can write the second section yourself. Okay, because you know why each part of our definition is there.
It really happened to us yesterday in Adam's text.
Yeah.
Where we were just clueless for a while about what he was talking about, and then by the end of the refutation, so when he said dogma, suddenly we were like, oh, the whole room was like,
I
we didn't even get to the wrong one.
Gotcha. So here's the first. So the other guy, we criticized the other guy. Kajignari, please read.
Sakche kile yin na yan lak ni pa duche kile yin pe kyapsena.
Okay, now we're going to learn something kind of profound here. Somebody comes and says, here's this Abhidharma term, okay, very popular in the Abhidharma.
If something is the contaminated.
Yeah, if something is impure karma, okay. If something is a kind of impure karma, it must be yen like nipa.
Karma, which is the second link.
Yeah, it must be the second link, comma, fresh karma. Must be. Now we just have to find something which is a dirty karma, impure karma, but it's not the second link. That's it. The next thing anybody says is going to be that. It's going to be, it is the second link, but it's not, I'm sorry. It is impure karma, but it's not functioning as a second link.
Something like misunderstanding.
Our counterexample.
Yeah, like say,
So here's his counterexample.
Neutral.
Yeah.
Well, consider
Dirty
impure neutral karma. Okay, neutral karma means like picking your nose, and like you're not hurting anybody and you're not helping anybody. Okay, it's like you're driving your car and you're just not thinking about anything. And it's responsible for all the neutral stuff in our world. So there's people who irritate us in this room, there's people who we enjoy in this room, and there's people we don't think about. So the last one is the result of neutral karma. You're just like, okay,
This is almost like a brand new category of karma for us. Like we have good, bad, and dirty, but now we have dirty neutral.
Yeah, we have dirty neutral, impure neutral karma. Okay. Tao, are you telling me it's
the second link.
yeah? Are you telling me? Are you telling me it's a second link? Why do you say that? Well, because it's impure karma. Okay. Well, why do you say that? Because it's what I said it was.
That's a good
It's
point.
the example I took.
Teacher.
I took an impure karma, which is neutral, but it was an impure karma. Okay. That I disagree. Well, okay, I disagree that you took it as a chichen. I guess I disagree. Let's just say I disagree, okay? Because this is the main point. There is such a thing.
There
There
exists.
is such a thing. There is a kind of dirty neutral karma, impure neutral karma exists. But you can't agree that it's the second link. You can't agree back above. So you can't agree. You have to go back and see what fits what comes next. You can't agree it's a second link because it's
Neutral karma.
neutral. It doesn't trigger another 10 links.
Okay.
It doesn't do anything. Okay.
But there is no example here.
Yeah, he just doesn't. He just
Just
goes on.
conceptual
Yeah.
arguments. Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll give us more.
Chichen de Yimbeche.
But we just learned something. There's a because it's the example I gave.
Oh, but is the guy, was presumably Kachik saying, I don't accept that there's such a thing as...
Yeah, he's implying that.
Okay.
Yeah,
As
Dirty neutral karma.
as impure neutral
Pure
karma.
neutral karma.
Literally, it's I don't accept that you gave it as an example, but that's not what he's objecting to.
Because he did. It's
Yeah. Wow. Okay. This is a weird one. Please read.
Kachik nare.
Yeah.
Leja jeni supewe
Chewe.
chewe leyin na
Good.
leyin pe kapsana.
Okay, so leja j is an idiom. Okay, leja j means an idiom, and it often comes in Nagarjunish discussions of if things are empty, can the way things work exist or not? The working of things, the way things work in the world. Things do things. It's called lechache. The way things work. Okay, so he's playing on an ambiguity of the word lei.
Oh.
Okay, lei can mean work. Lei can mean karma. So cha-che means the way things do things. Cha is the object, che is the verb. The way things do things. The way things work. You could say the way things work. Okay. But somehow you have to get a word that sounds like karma. I don't know. Good luck. So karma can mean just people working.
The way karma works.
Actions. Action. Okay.
Can you say the way karma works?
Yeah, no, you
No,
can't.
okay.
The working of the world,
I don't
the way
know.
cups work, the way computers work, the way cars work. He's playing with
The lay.
that the karma or lei is the same word. So you gotta struggle with that. You might say the way things work, karma, is karma. You can do that, but it's better if you can find a clever way to that this ends up to be the same word as this. So if something is the working of things in the world, is it work? Is it karma? Okay. So nisu chewa is an idiom.
Okay, good.
Nisu chewa means an idiom.
Should I put Lejache in there as well?
What's that?
Should I put Lejache in there as well?
No. Just nisu chewa. Okay. Nisu chewa means the dual bipart division, two-part division.
Two-part division.
Okay, two-part division. Nisu chewa. Okay, two-part division. There's a word in English. BI
Oh,
something.
bifurcated, yes.
It's bifurcated, yeah.
Bifurcate.
Forget it. It definitely won't pass the waiter test. You say bifurcated, so we don't serve buffalo.
Yeah, sir, could you bifurcate that for us?
Okay.
Oh, God.
If it's karma, in the sense of the division between what is done and who is doing, okay. If it's action, you might want to say action.
Action. Yeah.
If it's action, in the sense of what is done and who is doing, in the sense of that division, okay, then it must be karma. It's basically all forms of action are karma. Okay.
Well, do we know what the bifurcation of Lei Jia is?
He's going to give you a chichen.
Okay.
Then here's our counterexample, which our counterexample is something to do with the action in its two forms, but it's not karma.
Karma.
Okay.
So we're going to take yum gen ding du sum.
Okay. All right. That's three
Long
versions
and
of the
short
perfection of wisdom.
Yeah, yum means the mother, like yub yum, father and mother, king and queen. Okay, so yum means
Yang, Jane.
it means holy mother. Like we only use this word for Buddha's mother, Maya. So, but the perfection of wisdom sutras are called the mother. Okay, Bodo Bodo Mido are called the mother. Together they're all called the mother. Okay, and there's three versions of the mother. There's a long one, a medium one, and a short one. Ge means long, ding means medium, du means short. And then there's the super short, which is the Heart Sutra and the Diamond Cutter. Okay, they're in the super short. Okay, so let's consider the mother sutras, the mother scriptures, perfection of wisdom. They must be karma, right? They must be karma. Why? Because they involve actions. Okay, doers and done. They are part of the division into doer and done. Well, apparently.
Yeah. Because they were spoken or something.
The teacher of Shakya.
They were realized?
Or all three of them.
Well, let's just do it and then we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Dumba.
Teacher.
Now, in scriptures, you'll see words like Tathagata, Deshin Sherpa, or Sugata, Dewa Sherpa, and it means Buddha. But we don't know if it's the Buddha or all the Buddhas. You know. So when you want to specifically say our Buddha, you say Dumba, which is always singular. The teacher, not the teachers. So if you want to say our Buddha, you start with Dumba. That's just a good, I don't know, it's standard. If you said Tathagata, it could be all Tathagatas or our Tathagata, okay? So when you say the teacher, it's always Shakyamuni.
It's like a convention.
Okay, and then he mentioned Shakyamuni, okay? Shakya is Shakya, which is his tribe's name. It's not Sakya, which is a Tibetan lineage. So divide Shakya from Sakya. Sakya means pale dirt, and it's a place in Tibet, and it became the name of a lineage in Tibet. But Shakya means the tribe of which, it's a clan of which Lord Buddha Gautama was the prince. Then Tuba means, in Sanskrit,
Able one.
Muni. Okay. So this is this thing where the Tibetans translated Muni as the able one. Tuba means able, can do things. But the Sanskrit is more accurately
Silent.
the quiet one, the one who doesn't talk too much. And then Mauna is the spiritual practice of not talking for a week or a year or whatever, okay? Which is a form of Muna. So this is Shakyamuni, okay? So our teacher, Shakyamuni, they is the Sunwa Po.
The speaker,
Okay, Sunwa Po means
the guy who's
speaker of these three forms of scripture as the object of his action. Le Sujawa, okay, as the object of his action. Okay. So he's involved with actions, and he's involved with action in the sense of what is done and what is doing, because he did something, and what he did was teach these three forms of scripture. So he's a doer. Okay, he's part of the two-part division into things that are done and people who are doing them. Okay, so he's involved with action. But Duna, if you say what he did was lay, yeah, if you said his talking, his speaking, these three scriptures, these kind of three classes of scripture was karma, then
Those are the mind.
Semchin Yimbata,
That's what it's-
then his speaking these teachings must be a mental function.
Essential.
5
Okay?
minutes.
Must be a mental function. Because Senpa Yiki Leino.
That's the definition of the movement of the
Yeah,
mind.
karma is when you think, when your mind moves, okay, which is a mental function. The moving of the mind is one of the Senkisama, one of the omnipresent mental functions.
It's not the problem I thought you would have.
Okay, so Senchung Yimata, are you saying that his talking of those sutras is a mental function? Why do you say that? Well, because you said it was karma. Okay, because you said it was karma. Was it a movement of the mind? Okay, the talking.
You're talking.
Well, why do you say that? Because it's an action. Not all actions are karma. Okay, maybe. All right.
She said all karmas are
Or
essential.
not everyone who does an who acts on something is committing karma. So are you saying that his talking
Yeah, that sounds.
was are you saying that his talking was karma? Why? Because it was an action. It was the point of an action. You can't agree that it's karma because it's words. Words which express something. So je che, and this che is supposed to remind you. Okay, this che is supposed to remind you of this che. Doers and doing, done and doer. This is supposed to call you back to this thing. Okay, his words did something. What? They expressed the sutras. Okay, well then they're karma because they do something. Yeah. Okay, so they must be a mental function, right? His words. We're being sarcastic, you know. They're not karma because they're not a mental function. What you learn here is, for him, if something is karma, le, it must be a semchung.
Right.
Must be a mental function.
It must be a mental function. Yeah. So far, this is our position.
Okay.
Is there no such thing as the three doors of expression? You know, physical karma, mental karma, and verbal karma. We have to talk about it later
No problem.
because we ran out of time, luckily.
Good call.
Okay, but just when you're going through one of these texts, you put it over here. I don't understand it yet. It seems to me it's not quite correct. Let's see if he talks about it later. If he doesn't talk about it later, I'll go fishing in some other books. You know. But what he's trying to say, what it seems he's trying to say, especially with the second link. Well, what the Abhidharma would say is primary karma. Primary karma is movement of the mind. Secondary karma is what that instigates, what that causes. It causes you to do something. It causes you to say something. But mother karma,
It's the
root karma, is you think, and then you do something. and then you say something. So I mean, if he had said primary karma, I'd be more comfortable. You know, Jetsun Kappa in his in your text, shopping, says he's like, you know, karma is a movement of the mind, and his text, and what it instigates, what it causes. You say something or do something, but the mother karma, you can't have physical or verbal karma without a thought preceding it. First there has to come a thought. You know, I'll tell him something, or I'm gonna reach for my coffee cup. You know, first, the instant before there's a thought, oh, I would like some coffee, and then you move your hand.
It's a raw karma, right?
Yeah, it's like raw karma. So it's kind of, I feel like he's talking about raw karma. Okay, but you also have to play with this difference between the words which express the sutras are doing something, but they're not committing karma. The words are not making karma. The mind can make karma. Okay. So, saying words is karma, but the words don't make karma. The words are not committing karma.
Okay. Because
because they don't think.
Words themselves are
Okay, so not all actors of action, not all committers of action are karma.
Okay.
only the mind is karma, right? Only the mind
The
can
movement of the mind.
Yeah, you can see. It's tricky. I just got to explain why it's tricky. I'm not going to say yes or no. Numaten.
Sasi puki juxing meto jam Rira bling shin yen de gen pani Sangye shindu mikte uwargi Drogun namda shingla chuparsho Yam guru ranamandalakam niryatayami Gewa di geo kun Sunam yeshe zonzo shing Sunam yeshe le jungwe Tabar kuni tobar sho